Zan, I know you want to talk about Jedd Fisch, the head coach
Yeah,
for Arizona.
dude, Jedd Fisch has that program going in the right direction. They were terrible not that long ago. You've got another great quarterback. We were all delirious for Laura last year, but now you've got Noah Fafita here, who
Buzzy
might
for
arguably,
Fafita.
yeah, you might arguably be better than Delora. And
He is
now
better
it
than
begs the question, yeah, exactly. And then now it begs the question, and then you have Trattoria McMillan, and you've got all these other like studs, Jacob
Jacob
Cohen.
Cowing.
Yeah, exactly. They have such a good team. Jedd Fisch has done such a great job of instilling talent in this Arizona roster, and and this is despite USC coming and plucking so many of your best defensive players, and they're still relevant like this. That speaks volumes about coaching. Jedd Fisch is a great coach. He is able to adapt. They are able to develop. How else is Arizona doing this? Like you said, Shub, they could easily be a one-loss team right now. Easily. I think Arizona next year going into the Big 12, they'll probably finish in the top 4. I mean, they're looking very, very good. And all I got to say, man, is the only thing that Jedd Fisch, because hats off to Jedd Fisch. I honestly, like a coach of the year candidate for me. I know he won't win it, but like legitimately, I think he deserves it. QB controversy, man. You've got Delora, who's coming back really soon, and then you've got Fafita. We think Fafita's better, but you sit your guy Delora? Do you sit him?
The biggest question, because
Absolutely.
you think they sit him?
I would. You got the momentum with Fafita. Jedd's a QB guru. You know, I pulled his CV, and everywhere he's gone, you know, he's coached the quarterback. So I really hope that as someone who's made a career out of knowing how to identify quarterback talent, that in my mind, he can make the correct identification and keep running with Noah Fafita, because you've been winning games. The games you have lost have been very competitive. You beat Miss State if you start Fafita, plain and simple. So I think you tell Delora, it's been great, but you might want to go hit that portal again and see what you can do as a grad, because we got our guy, man. And that's not your fault. Injuries happen, but yeah.
I mean, we see this happen all the time. It happens like every other year, I feel like, where you have a starter who's actually pretty solid, and then they end up getting hurt, and then you find out that the backup quarterback, the younger guy, is actually like a gem, you know.
TCU last year, man. Like,
Right.
they bench Duggan, starter gets hurt, Chandler Morris goes down, and they're like, oh man, all of a sudden we're going to the national championship.
It happens all the time, and it is a tough situation to be in if you're a coach. If they can keep Delora somehow for next year, that'd be like amazing. If they keep Delora, man, I don't care what the win total is for Arizona next year. I mean, I think regardless, I think we already know we're going to bet the over on whatever Arizona's line is next year, because they are a huge dark horse team going into next season. But we'll get to that next summer. But yeah, as far as I know, and they mentioned this on the broadcast last night, the dilemma is Jacob Delora. He's more of like the vocal leader, and he's more of a veteran guy. He's a vocal guy in the locker room, and he's kind of been around, and he sort of was the guy that helped, you know, he got brought in from Washington State in the transfer portal a couple of years ago, and he sort of helped with that resurgence. He's been a huge leadership factor in terms of Arizona's just resurgence as a program. So there is that loyalty factor there, and it's sort of like, hey,
He's also taken Fafita under his wing too, and been like his, like, you know, mental support kind of guy.
Yeah, it is going to be an interesting and kind of awkward situation, but hey, I mean, it's a good problem to have. We all say quarterback controversy. It's a good controversy. I like good controversies. I don't like bad controversies. This is a good problem to have if you're Arizona. But enough said. And yeah, really quick, I just think, you know, we keep talking about Mike Elko and Lance Leipold in terms of poach alert. I'm just saying, I think it's going to be pretty quickly here where we're going to start talking about Jedd Fisch on poach alert too. Sorry, Arizona fans.
Absolutely.
It's
especially if they have a great year in the Big 12 in year one. Yeah, Jedd Fisch may be gone.
Yeah.
I will say this is his first ever just collegiate head coaching job outside of being an interim. So and he's only like 47, which blew my mind. I thought he was way older. So be interested to see who comes calling and if he can keep this consistent as they move into Big 12 play.